And a pleasant Saturday morning to you. Welcome to a preview of the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. All masked up, Don Armstrong here, along with my partner Jeff Zekin, and over in Neederville, Texas. My other partner would be Mike out of this world, Mars. So here's a preview of what's coming up today. Right out of the box this morning at 10 o'clock Central Time, which is about 5 minutes from now.
Yes.
Antron Brown, NHRA Top Fuel champion. And as a matter of fact, 4 times he's been a champion.
Yes.
To find out what's going on in the off season and the departure of Toyota. We're going to talk to him and the addition of John Medlin. Did you know that John Medlin's coming over?
I did hear a bit about that.
Yeah, that's going to be in the first half hour, along with Jeff's Motor Minute and a new car review. I drove the 2025 Ford Expedition. I'll tell you all about that. At the bottom of the hour, that would be 10:30.
Yep.
CEO Repair Surge, John Vormasek. So if you're thinking about holding on to your car, you might want to listen up to this.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's time to trade it in. We'll tell you about that as well. Jeff will have the racing calendar, and Mr. Mars will have This Week in Auto History, and I'll have some news headlines for you. Not a lot, because I think that the people over at Automotive News have pretty much called it a.
This is on the mind.
With everybody. At the top of the 11 o'clock hour, Jack Nerad joins us,
Right.
noted automotive author on 2025 Automotive Highlights. So we're going to talk to Jack with his new hip.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what it says.
Jack
here.
got a new hip. All
Yeah.
Well,
right.
he came to
he-
Texas for his daughter's wedding, and so I just think he maybe got a little too much Texas two-step, so he had to get a new hip.
Is that what it is?
I think.
Well,
Well,
I'm sure that everybody's got an excuse, and that's going to be his. Sure.
pretty hip.
Well, we are. I've still got mine. You got your 2 hips?
Got three.
Three. Ah,
Got to back up.
I have my hips.
what is your feature?
My feature is what am I doing today, Mike? Things things that could be illegal in a motorhome camper when you go camping. Things that get moving, yeah. Things that could be traveling, yep.
All right. Well, that ought to be fun. Mr. Barr is going to have driving destinations this week. 5 last-minute Christmas trips. You know what? I'm not sure if that's really a good idea, unless you want to get away from all the family.
Kathy and I took a Christmas trip a couple weeks ago. You know that. We went to San Antonio, and I kind of ruined it because I got sick and my back was killing me. So it was not very.
Once again, a downer on.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel
but
bad
you-
because he wanted to go and I hadn't been, and we planned this, and I kind of fudged it up. So
But there's
Like
a lot of
getting
people
ill.
that do go to Christmas somewhere else, like Walt Disney World. There's people that go out on cruises for Christmas because they just don't want to stay at home for Christmas. I don't know.
well, and it's seeing what Christmas is like in other parts of the
Trying to
country.
save money on Christmas gifts.
It's a matter of what do they do here.
This morning, we're going to have our story of the week. We got recalls and leftovers. Whatever the leftovers are, we're going
I
to.
like leftovers.
Jeff has the cruise in and events calendar, and once again, I'll do you some news headlines. All coming up on this morning's In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Coming your way in about 2 minutes, and we invite you to stay tuned. Welcome to the NWell Time Hard Talk Show. Just ahead, we talk to NHRA Top Fuel champion and team owner Antron Brown about the 2025 season that just ended and the changes that are in motion for 2026.
Oh yeah.
Later, Jeff has this week's Motor Minute. I review the redesigned Ford Expedition on the NWell Time Car Talk Show. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars from Neederville, Texas. We have my partner over here, Jeff Zekin, next to me. And this is an AI-generated voiceover.
Patient zero.
I can't see my lips move, can you?
Patient zero.
Well, here it is in sign language. Anyway, I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us this morning on this Saturday, the Saturday before Christmas. So thank you very much for being with us today. And I know that, Mr. Mars, that you'll be more than happy to tell me when Antron joins us.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Going to do a
Yes,
little
I'm waiting
texting.
to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, if you'll excuse me for a moment, I'm going to do a little texting.
All right. Well, you just go ahead
And,
and do your own.
to that point, we've all been kind of under the weather since the past couple of weeks, so that's why Don's wearing a mask in case anybody didn't know.
Well, yes, I was diagnosed with influenza type A this week, and it has kicked my butt. When I went to see the doctor, he said, "Why didn't we give you a flu shot?" I said, "Well, listen, are you one of my past wives? Because it sounds to me it's all my fault again."
Oh, I thought maybe because he was sticking it to you.
Well, there's that also.
All right, good.
Yeah. So he says, "Well, why would you say that?" I said, "Because you didn't listen. I'm on your schedule. I always do what you tell me to do. And I've always been pretty self-righteous about that."
And they said it's kind of nasty this time of year. That,
So I didn't get the damn flu shot. And guess what? I got the flu.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
Well, now you're immune. You
Well,
could go another,
This strain.
The good news is you got an A.
The first time in 100 years I've gotten an A in anything. Well, no, not anything, because I've been called an A a lot.
All right, here we go. Mr. Antron is with us.
All right.
Antron Brown, oh my goodness gracious alive. Well, miracles do happen. Antron, good morning to you.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
Good.
Well, we're doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing good, doing good. We're just getting it all together here.
I saw an interview that you did with Mr. Pedregon about PRI show. That was pretty interesting.
Oh yeah, it was good stuff over there. Let me go out
Yeah.
here in my other room here.
Okay.
Let's see
PRI
here.
show. Explain to everybody what the PRI show is and what it does for you race car guys.
Well, the PRI show, what it actually does is like a performance race industry show. So when we get to go there and everything else, is that we get to go see all the new latest technology out and everything, and just see what's going on into today's performance world is what we do. So.
Yeah. And you put many of the rumors to rest about who's doing where, who got fired, who's got fired, all the latest equipment. It's a big confab. It'd be like a shopping spree for the ladies.
Yes. Yes, it
I don't know
is.
how
Yes,
to put it.
yes, it is.
Yeah.
So
That's a show that's not open to the public, is it?
I believe they opened it up last year. They opened it up on Saturday where the public could come in, and I think they still do that. But it's a race industry show where you have to be part of some company. But let me tell you something. Everybody makes it in there. All you gotta do is fill out all the stuff,
yeah.
and everybody that's in racing is affiliated with some performance shop or some performance place. You can sign up and come right in. And it's open to everybody. You'll see a whole bunch of people in racing. You'll see people from dirt track racing, bracket like NHRA bracket racing, drag racing, pro mod cars, like the no prep stuff. You'll see everybody and anybody that's in any form of racing there. You know what I mean? So I think that's what makes the PRI show so special.
So when you go to PRI, you being an owner, you go there and say, "Ooh, I want 4 of those. I want 5 of these. Give me some of that." And you have a shopping list when you go.
Yeah, like we already know what we order, but you just go in there because you never know what's new that's coming out. You'll see something
Gotcha.
new and special, and when you see it, you're like, "Hey, check that out!" And somebody will bring a new intake out, or you have like a new valve with a special coating that they're bringing out at PRI, so they're introducing it and talking about it. Or you'll walk down, you can go to Machinery Row, and you'll see some new machines that are out, like on the aisles, like Centroy came out with their new CNC and 560 XL, which we got one of those last year, but they got new bells and whistles out. And Lincoln Electric will have some new things out. Like you just go down the aisle and you'll see so many different things. There's somebody got a new diamond cut blade out that you could use for fabricating or cutting stuff, and it's pretty awesome when you go through the show and you see all the new innovation that's coming out to make your job easier, to do what you need to do out there on the racetrack or in the shop to make things better. And some people bring out big discounts. It's kind of like Christmas shopping before Christmas.
There you go.
This is the Black Friday sale. We can hook you up.
Yeah.
Day
So,
only.
so you
Day
buy the
only.
wife a
Yes.
new blower or something like
Uh,
that for Christmas.
you know.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about you and the 2025 season first. How do you feel about what happened last year?
Well, last year we started off really good, and I believe that we stepped up the performance of our car, and we got more consistent. We just, man, it seems like we were always in the wrong place at the wrong time last year. Because that's a lot of the racing luck too, where we'll come out and we'll be like one of the three fastest cars on race day first round, except for the person we race picked us, where they lead with us like off the reaction time, and then they ran with us or outran us by a hundredth, and then we could beat anybody else except for the person we raced, and we were just like sitting like, what do we have to do? Like, we won some rounds, but we lost some rounds that could have easily went the other way, and we just got to capitalize on that and just be better. It doesn't make a difference who you race when you race them. We just got to work on being the best we can every round to be better for this next season coming up. And the countdown, we came in the top five like we wanted to, and we just had some bad races in the countdown where we qualified this year. We did a lot better qualifying effort where we qualified in the top five. We averaged qualifying in the top five all year long. You know what I mean? So we set that goal out, and normally when you do that, you set yourself up better for on elimination day. But it didn't go our way this year. It's one of those years where we zigged when we should have zagged, and we pushed sometimes where we spun the tires. We could have easily won the round, and then we went out there and we spun the tires where all we had to do is go down the racetrack and win the round. So it's one of those deals where you you got to learn to do the right things at the right time. But this was a year it didn't go that way, and the year before we made all the right moves to win a championship in 2024.
That
So
Frank Sinatra song, that's life. That's what
yes, it
all
is.
people say. That's it. Hey, I hear that you got a new member of the team coming on for 2026.
Yes, we're pretty excited about it, and Brian Karate and Brad Mason, who's always been leading their helm, and like Mark Oswald was always in that role for us, and then it felt really good when like we teed it up with John Medlin to come over, especially on the R&D side and the process side. And John Medlin knows how to race also too, but Brian and Brad have that type of mind on them. And the other thing that we've been looking at, it's just all little small details. Like right now, people understand in drag racing that we can't make big gains anymore. There's no more, oh, we're going to redesign the cylinder head, or we're going to change this, and we're going to make this, we're going to do this and do that, or we're going to change the blower. We got a brand new blower. We're going to do this to the car. There's no more big gains on power wise and development of the cars like that anymore. So you really have to start looking at every milk and cranny on how to make it better, and not just show up and race. And I think that's one thing that John Medlin will bring to the party, where he's that guy that looks at all the little things. And when he talks about it, people listen. You follow what I mean? You can have a lot of people with great ideas, but you also have to have somebody that everybody respects to go, hey, this is what we got to do to make it better, or we got to try this. And I know one thing is that Brian, he tries anything. He could take anything and manipulate it and make it work. And Brad does really good at like whatever we need done at the shop. He puts it all together and puts the car together. He's kind of the elf in Santa's shop. Hey, we need this gift. He makes it happen. And now you got Medlin, who's the creator, and and a guy that is really down on all the little milks and crannies where if you want to get really good lemonade, he's going to get everything in that lemonade, including the lemon peel, and make it taste right. So that's what we're trying to formulate and put together. And I think that's what you have to do to race against Alan Johnson, Brian Houston, and all those guys and gals over there at Coletta Motorsports, because they're definitely going to be a team that the championship goes through. And I said it last year when we were racing last year, even after we won the championship, because we just squeezed out and got the championship from Justin Ashley, Sean Langdon, and Doug Coletta. It was a 4 race battle in 2024, and in 2025 it included a lot of other people running for that championship, but Doug pretty much shut everybody out. But before even the last race, before the last 2 races came, so we're going to make it a little bit more challenging in 2026, and we're going to give it all we got.
Well, you talked about power, and as you mentioned, the power is there now, and there's not too many big gains that you can make in power, but you can control it better and not spin the tire out, and but be able to put all of that power to the track back to the tires and get down there place. That's what it's really all about. It seems to me like you got all the parts and pieces with the guys in place now to make that happen.
Oh, absolutely. And the one thing that we have going for us too at AB Motorsports, we have another business you see on my hat, and it's got Fab on the side of my hat,
Is
and
it Fab?
yeah, and the cool part, it says AB on it. That's our machining part division of our business, and we can make and do anything that we need. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's what makes it really really cool for me right now, is that we have all the stuff there. We just got to keep working and keep pending and make it happen.
I also heard you say that we're looking maybe at about a team two, AB Motorsports, and maybe not in 26, but 27. You talking
Yeah,
about Angel?
yeah, we're working on it. We're working on it hard, and we got her in the car, and she took to it, man. We prepared her right. We did all the right things, and got her the seat time she needed in that A fuel car, and we just been building on it. You know what I mean? So it's been pretty special with all that stuff with her, and it's been really really good. And to seeing her develop to come in, and she still has a love of drag racing. But the main thing of it is that we want a second car so bad, but we have to crawl before we walk. We got to keep on working on our partnerships and stuff like that. Where it's been hard out there in all the motorsports realm to find those partnerships, and we just got to put our effort in this next year and really go after it.
When you were driving motorcycles, did you ever race her?
I'll break through a lot. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like hold on. Look at my shop here. You can see all the old school pictures up top. And then
Oh yeah.
and I'll show you one. This will make you laugh. So you'll see it. Look, that's us when we raced together right there for the US Army.
The guy.
Seeing the
Me.
picture right there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
What
and
year was
then
that?
and that was probably in 2000, I want to say 2004. And then you can see another picture right there. That's back in the Powerade days. And then look, you can see a picture right there where she's actually holding my little girl, Ariana, on the Pro Stop bike team. We all raced on the US Army together. So we've been teammates for a very, very, very long time. Very
We
long
all,
time.
all know each other very well, and there's got to be a lot to be said for that because partnerships like that don't last for a long time typically, but this one here seems to work real well with you guys.
Right. Partnerships and relationships,
Yeah.
both the same.
Both, yeah.
Absolutely. And we've just been together for a long time and racing with each other, work each other. And that's what happens when you are like best friends. You know what I mean? So is one of those deals where you race together, you resonate with each other, and you make great things happen. Just think about when we raced the Pro Stock motorcycle team. I never forget, she won the championship that year and just edged me out. I believe it was in 2002, and I got second place. And then she lost the Winston deal, and then Troy was focusing on football, and we had our own team. So then I took over the team, and I had to start working on it and figure out how we're going to keep racing. And oh, sorry about that. What's up, buddy? What's up?
All
What's
got
up? Oh, yeah. Yeah, they were outside. So I had to, so they all came in and they're barking at me, but it's all part of it. The whole gang. I got the Three Stooges.
Well, hey, do you have your Christmas presents bought yet? Can you sit down for a couple of days and maybe enjoy
You
the
take,
moment?
take a breath.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually, as soon as I get off this interview right now, I'm about to go meet my mom, and we're gonna go shopping a little bit. We got a couple
But
little
that's what
knickknacks
it's
that
all about. That's what I'm
we,
saying. You got to do things like that.
yeah, we gotta get a couple we gotta get a couple knickknacks.
I love it. Antron, it's always a pleasure, and we're very honored to have you join us every once in a while, and thank you so much. We'll let you go do your Christmas shopping. Best of luck in 2026, and hopefully we're going to be talking with you soon with lots more to tell us.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, hey, I always appreciate you all having us on the show, and we always love being on the show. And you too, all you guys have a blessed Christmas, and everybody's listening have a blessed Christmas, and have a wonderful New Year.
You do the same, my
Wonderful.
friend.
Thank you,
Antron
Antron.
Brown
Thank
and
you,
Antron
thank you.
Brown Motorsports, NHRA Top Fuel Champion. Hey, it's always great to talk to him. All right, time now for a quick break here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, a review of the redesigned Ford Expedition Plus,
All right.
Jeff's Motor Minute, when the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good. Apple or Android, In Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and jonesing for a different kind of car talk show, give In Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture and Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, and we know you love lists.
Well, have you done all your Christmas shopping?
I'm about wrapped up. Yeah, I went to Walgreens. I went to the corner Circle K Market. All the high.
Did you go to Bucky?
Oh, you got
No.
those high class places if you got
the
Circle
high
K.
class.
Yeah.
There you go.
There's that. Welcome back to the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. We invite you to join us for our live In Wheel Time show every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time on InWheelTime.com. You can YouTube and Facebook us as well. Check us out. It's free. And don't forget, 30-minute podcasts of our shows can be found from your favorite podcast store. Okay, time now for the Motor Minute. Jeffrey?
Yes. Well, we all heard this past week that race car and NASCAR race car driver Greg Biffle has passed away. He and his family were among 7 confirmed dead in an airplane crash on Thursday near Statesville, North Carolina. The crash happened about 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Thursday, shortly after the plane departed Statesville Regional Airport, located about 45 miles north of Charlotte. The plane, a Cessna C-550, was attempting to return to land before it crashed and erupted in flames, according to the Associated Press. Biffle, a retired NASCAR driver, was on the plane with his wife, Christina, his 14-year-old daughter, Emma, and their 5-year-old son, Ryder. The other 3 aboard on the plane were Craig Wadsworth, Dennis Dutton, and Dennis's son, Jack. There was heavy drizzle in vicinity of Statesville Regional Airport near the time of the crash, with a brief period of heavy rain shortly after that. The cloud ceiling was about 1,200 feet at 10:15 a.m., lowered to about 400 feet. They were turning around to get back to the airport before they went on their vacation to Florida and the Bahamas, and they ended up perishing in a plane crash. So prayers to them. NASCAR's very devastated with that. Beautiful family, and we're all saddened because of that. So we'll move on.
Yeah, what a terrible story.
Mhm.
Shock and surprise.
Yep.
All right, time now for this hour's car review. I had the pleasure of driving the 2025 Ford Expedition Max.
All right.
This thing is built in Louisville, Kentucky. Uh, They have horse races there, don't they?
They do.
Huh. Available trim levels: the Active, the Max Active, Platinum, Max Platinum, Tremor, King Ranch, Max King Ranch. I had the Max Platinum. It's too many.
It's a huge vehicle. Huge.
It's a house.
Yeah, I was in.
It's an aircraft
It's
carrier.
gorgeous. It's nice. It's huge.
It is huge. Wait till you get the price. What size? This is a standard, well, we like to call it a full-size body-on-frame SUV, been around for decades. Seats, including the driver, 3 rows of 7 seats total. Exterior changes. This is a redesign for 2025. That's why I got to drive it. I think the first thing you should consider, will it fit in the garage?
Yeah.
And, you make fun of these things, but you'd hate to go out and spend this kind of money and realize that it doesn't fit in the garage. I can't emphasize enough how big this thing is. It is massive. It's not like the old Suburbans. This is much bigger than that. All right. Exterior features, subtle design changes on the exterior, lots of horizontal design elements. The grille is more streamlined with faux front skid plate on it. Modern, attractive wheel design with lower profile tires now. Two-piece tailgate works well, and it's cool because it's kind of a clamshell thing.
Mhm.
It's got a little bitty gate at the bottom that's probably about a foot tall, maybe a little bit taller than that. And then the rest of the gate opens up. And they open up together, or you can open up just the top part. The nice thing about it is you got groceries or stuff that rolls around back there. When you open up the gate, it usually just falls all out.
Yeah, so
Well,
like
this-
a station wagon type thing where
Yeah.
it kind of gives a lid
Yeah,
on it.
right.
There's back picture.
There you go. I like it. I'm not too sure about the two-tone paint on the gate. I'm not exactly sure why they did it that way. I'm not really into two-tones, but okay, if that sells something, great. Um, what could use improvement? I don't know, other than maybe reconsider the two-tone paint. Is that an extra charge?
And it
I'm
needs
not
to be
sure.
bigger. Vehicle,
Bigger, yeah.
vehicle needs to be bigger.
That's right. The USS Benjamin Franklin. Interior highlights. New interior for 2025. Spacious cabin with quality surfaces throughout. 2 screens to accommodate the new high-tech features in this brand new, basically, Expedition Max. Movable center console is kind of unique. Center cargo trunk room, big, with the 3rd row down. What I like about it, spaciousness. It could use improvement. I don't know. Make it bigger? Yes, I don't know why. It wouldn't fit between the lines on the highway. Engine, 3.5 liter high output EcoBoost V6 with 400 horsepower, 480 pound-feet of torque, 10-speed automatic transmission with a tow rating of up to 9,000 pounds, depending on the hit. Miles per gallon, 15 in the city, 22 on the highway, so combined of 18. And get this, I got 18.2. Right. Over 469.8 miles. Yeah, what I like about it, plenty of power. If you use improvement, how about adding a hybrid version of this to maybe up the mileage a bit? Ride and handling, well, this is an extra large vehicle and ride platform. And it's if you use improvement, nothing. It's really, listen, they've got this thing done. There's no doubt. Base trim fund, $80,445. Oh, price is set $85,970. That's before tax, friends.
Yeah.
Base model price. If you want to just get by with the bare minimum, $57,400. Why not? Competitors, Chevy Suburban and the GMC Yukon XL. Start $61,500. Toyota Sequoia, which isn't quite as big, $62,425. And the Nissan Armada, which starts at $57,500. That is my review of the 2025 Ford Expedition Max. Next week, we're going to drive a special Ford Bronco called the Float Edition.
Great.
And if you're not familiar with that, look it up, check it out. Phil Stokes was a very innovative off-roader that won the Baja back in the 60s, and this is kind of a tribute to him. So, check it out. Yeah, and the colors on it, and people going, yeah, that's kind of
Still getting involved in the Bronco is that like
Shelby in the North.
exactly.
Yeah.
Getting back here to the expedition, the two screens that you had on it, those were cool. When you showed me and had the two screens,
Well, it's latest control. I'm not too sure about the controls on the steering wheel.
yeah, I know. I have trouble with mine too.
Because you have to program them.
Oh,
And you can program them here you want to. I think it's a neat feature. I just assume you go ahead and select it for me, and I'll tell you up to that. But yes, but I'm old, and I realize that. And these kids today that I do things, hey, they got new families. You're doing well with the office, so why not just go for it? Yeah. Okay. I don't know of anything else we need to get in right now. How about you?
I think we're all caught up.
I think we are, and I think we're on top.
Yeah, I think we're hit.
Which is very unusual.
So let's do something to delay it.
Why? Let's run us all behind, and then we have to catch up.
Usually the thing.
I know, with everything. So let's not say that we do it. Hey, we'd like to get in touch with us. Send us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime. We're back. Just click that through.
You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In Real Time Car Talk Show now reaches 5.3 million folks each year. Check us out on InRealTime.com, YouTube, Facebook, and podcasts available from your favorite go-to source, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In Real Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including driving destinations, Jeff's car culture, latest car news, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's all on InRealTime.com. Join us.
All right. And we're back.
We are?
Yeah, we are.
Okay. Well, then why don't we start the bottom of the hour of the show? Is that okay with you?
Let's see here. Yeah, it's time. You want me to hit the music, or are you going to do it?
John Borasek from Repair Surge. Plus, Mars has This Week in Auto History. Jeff has the racing calendar. I'll get you caught up on the stories making automotive news. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. We always need more Jeff Seekin, Chief Engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Thanks so much for joining us on our Saturday morning live edition, coming to you from Texas, USA. Somebody has said that we sound muffled at times, and whatever. Sounds fine in here.
Yeah, it does. Through the ears, through the computer, the broadcast, through the board.
Yeah, I don't have any clue about any of that sort of thing. We've only been here since 5 o'clock this morning, trying to make sure that everything sounds good and works good.
I was getting beauty sleep at 5 o'clock.
You were?
Yeah, it didn't work, but I was.
I was.
I was going to say.
Michael?
Yeah, it's all your fault, Mike, again. All right, let's check in with a fellow by the name of John Voracek. He's the CEO of a company called Repair Surge, repairsurge.com. And the story goes like this. Americans holding onto their cars longer than ever, and the average vehicle on the road is now over 12 years old. Wow.
Yeah.
But at around 120 to 180,000 miles, every owner faces the same painful dilemma. I've been through it recently with somebody else. Should I fix it or should I finally sell it? Well, that's the magic question, isn't it?
Yep.
Using internal usage patterns across repair manuals for 10,000 plus vehicle models, Repair Surge analyzed which common repairs actually offer a positive return on investment and which ones signal it's time to let it go. Data reveals 7 repairs that almost always pay for themselves in extended lifespan and resale value. So, John, good morning to you, and thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate you.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. I'm excited. Thanks
So,
for having me.
tell us about your company. How did it start, and whose idea was this? Yours?
Yeah, it was mine. Repair Surge is an online platform that gives you the repair manual for your vehicle. It's all cloud based, so you get the repair procedures, the diagrams, illustrations, parts information, um, wiring schematics, torque specifications, all that stuff. And because it's cloud based, you can access it on any device. So you can be on your PC, your laptop. You can be out on the garage, in the garage on your phone, and you can just access it basically anywhere you need it. And you can print stuff out too. But a lot of people just use their devices. So, and then another benefit of it being cloud based is you get updates to all the information in real time. So parts prices get updated, service bulletins come out, even corrections to old data. You get all of that included.
So, this is a subscription service?
Yeah, it is. So you can subscribe for just depending on how long you think you're going to have the vehicle. So if you're not going to keep it for super long, you can subscribe for a year, but you do get a discount if you subscribe for 2 years or 3 years.
How much does that cost?
For 1 year, we're currently at $29. And then for 2 years, it's 48, and for 3 years, it's 57. So you get a pretty good discount as
Well, I was
you go.
going to say, I'm kind of surprised. That seems like a pretty good bargain to me.
Yeah.
I think so.
Do you get a bulk
yeah.
Glad you
car?
see it that way.
What if you got
What
more
did you say, Mark?
cars? I'm wondering what if you had more cars?
If you have more cars, there's a 20% discount on any additional vehicles past the first one.
So, if you have something like a Jaguar E-Pace or something like that,
Here we go.
that you really, you know what you want to do with it. You wish that you'd have never bought it in the first place, but you need to get rid of it. And at what point do you say, well, you'll see an in-cabin air filter that's 2 hours on the repair clock and the filter, and I'm going, that's enough to put in a new transmission
For a $20 part.
for a $20 part. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I'm exaggerating, but you get the point.
Sure.
Because after you have a car for a while, you just really get tired of these little bitty nitpicking things that either go wrong with it or you got to get this serviced, and there's nothing cheap about any of it. You're going, I am so done with
Well,
this
you're
stuff.
prioritizing your maintenance. You're going to get the oil change, but are you going to change the filter every time on the air cleaner of the cabin? No, you're going to wait. And then you lose track of what it is. And pretty soon it's a brick of dirt and you've got something else to repair.
Yeah.
So you prioritize. I'm going to do the brakes. Well, am I going to do the brakes this week or next week? So
A mistake that I made was, it's a cabin filter. I can change that.
Yeah.
No, I cannot. Now, if I were,
change one of yours. Didn't I do one for you?
we looked at the one on the Jag.
Oh, that's right.
We looked at the one on the Jag and going,
We had to
Well,
take the
that's-
fenders off or something. Yeah.
it's absolutely ridiculous on this particular Jaguar. You would think you'd open the glove box, there's a little compartment in there and slide the new
Yeah.
filter in. No big deal.
No.
No, not on this thing.
Yeah, you get
I've
that a
never,
lot
I've
with,
never known of a British built anything that was easy to work on.
Yeah. Well, and the engineers who design the vehicles, sometimes you wonder, they do a great job, but sometimes you wonder with specific choices, how they factored that in. A simple repair sometimes, if you have to take apart, half the engine to get to something, or you have to take off
Right.
the whole dashboard to get to something, it gets kind of out of hand. And to be fair to them, they're designing for the techs at their dealerships where they have all the tools and they're trained on those specific vehicles day in and day out. But yeah, it can be a bit much sometimes.
Um, so what about do-it-yourself oil changes? I used to change my oil in all of my cars.
Yeah.
Now I can't even get under the car anymore. Of course, I own a car that's about 6 inches off the ground, but that beside itself. let's just say I've got a Chevy 1500 half-ton pickup truck. Plenty of room underneath there. There's the drain plug. Get under there and do it yourself. I mean, how do I justify buying your service, your what you have to offer, in a guy that is a do-it-yourselfer kind of like me?
Well, a lot of people aren't doing their own oil changes. I've been kind of surprised at the lack of interest in doing that. It just, once you factor in the cleanup and the disposal, we find that a lot of people just they would just rather have somebody else do it. But
Well,
we
the disposal to me is the biggest problem. You know, you got to capture it, and then you got to take it someplace
yeah,
to dispose of it.
yeah, you can't
It's
just dump
shame-
it in the yard, right?
No, shame on you if you make a mess in the trunk of the car with a gallon of
All
oil.
over the sidewalk. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but we do have a lot of do-it-yourselfers who use our product. Actually, that's primarily what our user base consists of. We have professional techs also, but a lot of do-it-yourselfers, and that's how we started out, is addressing that market.
How did you start out? What gave you the mojo here to start this company and go for it?
Well, I was a manager actually in a Midas auto repair shop here in Michigan when I was younger, and then I kind of had a hobby level interest in software development, and kind of as a I guess as a hobby, I created this early software tool with a really catchy brand name. It was called Automotive Diagnosis and Repair CD. So kind of a mouthful, but it was basically just general troubleshooting tips and maintenance guides. I wrote it all myself, and I packaged it into a Windows software tool on a CD-ROM. Cloud-based stuff was really early then, and I just sold it on eBay, and it sold well enough that it kind of proved the concept. I also got a lot of interesting feedback from buyers explaining exactly what the product didn't have that it needed, and so that kind of drove me to create the second version and the third. And now, 23 years later, we're a fully cloud-based platform. We have vehicle-specific information for just about every vehicle on the road. All the kind of information I mentioned before, the procedures, the diagrams, the specifications. And that's all been kind of driven by that recurring theme of every time we've done something, the response has been better, but we still have those customers who we consider to be a blessing, who tell us, hey, I'm not happy with some aspect of this thing, and then we know what to work on, and we try to improve on it over time.
Would one of those people happen to be your wife, John?
Not usually. She doesn't work on cars, so I've been fortunate. Hasn't been
That's
a
why you
source
chose.
of-
That's why you chose this way to go, because I know that she's not going to participate in it.
Yeah. Fortunately, that hasn't been a source of strife in our marriages. My product falling short for her use
Yeah.
case.
Exactly.
So whereabouts in Michigan are you?
I'm in Lansing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but
Isn't that the whole home of Buick?
it could be.
Yeah,
believe at one time
GM has as you guys probably know, has a pretty heavy presence around here. So
Yeah, the tech center's up there too.
Yeah. Well, very good.
So
Are
I can
you-
see how this could be really helpful. I've got 3 granddaughters. All 3 of them go to college. All their cars are over 10 years old, and they run between 110 and 150,000 miles on them. So there's something always going wrong with their car. I mean, some of it you just got to fix just to keep it rolling, to keep them going to school. But I find it interesting, some of the information you say you can go in and look at to determine how far you want to go with that particular car as
Yeah.
far as the ROI goes.
Yeah, that was a question I've been interested in for a while, actually. And so we have access to a lot of data and the ability to analyze it. And so we looked at 2,400 data points, essentially, that we collected for different repair scenarios for a selected sample of typical used vehicles and we based the data in terms of pricing data on the average of 3 sort of average cost of living areas, and we applied what I think is a pretty simple decision framework, and it's kind of hard to disagree with, to those scenarios to see in how many of them it would make sense to repair the vehicle and keep it, or repair it and consider selling it, or repair it and definitely sell it, or sell it without repairing it. And those are kind of the four buckets that we grouped those scenarios in as we analyzed them.
See, for me, it would be useful. I had a car that wound up in a divorce thing and all of that, but it was a very nice car. And right as we were getting divorced, the transmission decided to take a dump. And what do we do? Because the transmission, it was a Lexus RX 350. And the transmission was expensive to repair, and especially expensive if you got to replace it. And we thought, well, the car had enough miles on it. Do we fix it, or do we just let go of the car as is? And wound up pretty much giving the car away, letting the repair facility actually spend their own money on the car, and then they sold it. And
Sure.
but we didn't have a system like you offer, so I really didn't know what to do. And I didn't. The ex-wife needed a car. Well, what should I advise her to do? I mean, it wasn't some sort of a hateful kind of thing. Wasn't that
Right.
at all. And so you can understand the dilemma that I was faced, because I didn't want anybody to get screwed on a car. I didn't want to take the hit on the financial side of it, but I didn't want to leave the ex stranded on the highway somewhere because the transmission decided it was
Yeah.
time to say goodbye.
Yeah. Yeah, it's those are tough scenarios, and people face that a lot. You know, it's I think the simple decision framework that we arrived at is if the repair cost is less than 50% of the value of the vehicle, then it's kind of a no-brainer. Repair it, keep it. This is assuming you're not already intending to sell the vehicle, right? If the repair cost is 50 to 75%, then you still need to repair it, but consider selling it and factor in the overall health of the vehicle, your appetite for further repairs, how well the let's say the previous owner maintained it, because certainly you're maintaining your vehicle, right? But how
Yes.
the overall maintenance history of the vehicle and how confident you are in the vehicle's health. If it's 75 to 100% of the value of the vehicle is what the repair is going to cost you, then repair it and definitely sell it, because you're at that point where further repairs are going to almost certainly tip you over 100% of the value in pretty short order. And then if you're obviously over 100% of the value of the vehicle, you just sell the vehicle, and at that point it's sort of mathematically totaled from a repair perspective, right? So
Yeah,
you sell
that would
it,
fall under the hoopty category.
yeah. So you sell it as a mechanic special, or you sell it for parts. You sell it to somebody who is willing to take on a project, you know, with full disclosure and them understanding what they're getting into. And the reason those middle two categories we say repair it, even if you're going to sell it, is because, you know, we all know this. If you sell a vehicle that has issues, you're going to take the hit either way, right? You're going to pay for the repairs indirectly because you're going to get less for the vehicle. And then you're going to have what we call the uncertainty tax, where the buyer is going to factor in their inconvenience for the fact that they have to get it repaired, the risk of it not being exactly what you think it is that's wrong with the vehicle, and maybe they're getting into, you know, more expensive territory. So you're gonna take a hit on the value just because of the repairs and then some. So we believe you should always be repairing it unless it's at that point where it's kind of mathematically totaled. And then the question is, are you going to keep driving it, or consider selling it, or definitely sell it after the repairs?
Hey, John,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Morris.
real quick before we run out of time. I'm kind of envisioning this like my granddaughters. Okay, we decide it's reached the point we want to sell the car. We get it fixed enough to sell it, and we're looking for another car. Now, I realize you can't necessarily look at a specific car, like maybe Carfax or somebody can, but would your tool be valuable as saying, okay, I'm looking at a Honda Civic, and it's got 90,000 miles on it because I got to buy 3 cars. You know how that goes. Would your tool be useful in helping make decisions in that regard?
Yeah, so we actually thought about, and to be clear, this is more of a data study that we did as opposed to a tool, although we are considering building this out into a sort of calculator on our site, at which point it would definitely be a tool. Um, but to your point, we actually considered looking at it from that perspective for the total analysis. And the tricky part was, like you said, if we were to repair the cost of continuing to drive the vehicle with the repairs and sort of the cost of ownership factoring that in to a different vehicle, that would give us a good basis for making that decision. But we don't know what vehicle somebody's going to choose for that other vehicle, right? So we can't do the math on that. But I think you're exactly right. If you have an idea what kind of vehicle you're going to get into for the next one, then you can look at what your cost of ownership is going to be on that vehicle and compare it to how many more miles you expect to get out of the current vehicle, knowing on average, a well-maintained modern vehicle, you'll maybe get 200,000 miles before you're really in the danger zone. And compare the two, right? And if it's going to be, if you reach that point where it's your cost of ownership per the miles you're going to get out of the new car outperforms what you're going to get in the current car, that kind of informs that decision. I think that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, just another
So,
tool to help.
John, so I assume that repairsurge.com has all of the information that we need to find out
Yeah.
more about what you have to offer.
Yeah, absolutely. I encourage anybody to check it out if you're in need of a repair manual for your vehicle.
And your marketing people will appreciate it.
Yeah, no, I
Here's that.
appreciate it too. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to talk to you. John Forasek,
Thank you.
CEO
Thanks,
of
guys.
repairsurge.com. All right. Coming up, we have the racing calendar,
Oh, yeah.
got auto history,
Mhm.
and some news headlines. Right here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. We're back after this.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good. Apple or Android, In Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and jonesing for a different kind of car talk show, give In Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture and Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, and we know you love lists.
Welcome back to the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Time now for Jeff's racing calendar.
Yeah.
I think all we can find now is Santa Claus and sleigh parked on the first turn, and that's about it.
Yeah. And are we sponsored in this? I'm not sure.
I think
Yes.
it's sponsored by the Texas Muscle Car.
There you go. Well, thank you for that. Yeah, not a lot of racing going on, but I do want to give you some updates on the racing folks. Formula One and the FIA have officially confirmed sweeping technical changes that will reshape how cars will race when the new regulations take effect in 2026. And this is for F1. The overhaul targets lighter machinery, smarter aerodynamics, revised approach to overtaking, making one of the most significant evolutions of the hybrid era. Under the new rules, the F1 cars will become smaller and about 15 pounds lighter. The reduction is designed to improve the agility and efficiency while addressing long-standing concerns over the increasing size and mass of their cars. Next one we have is John Force Racing in the NHRA area. We just had Antron Brown. We didn't get a chance to mention it, but he's turned one of the most turbulent off seasons in the NHRA memory through the opportunity of handing the Cornwell Tools funny car seat to Jordan Vandergriff after the Austin Prox departure. The other driver left, so Jordan's coming into place. The move not only fills a high-profile vacancy, it also signals how John Force's organization intends to evolve in the first phase of its post-Force driving era. He'll have a veteran tuner, Chris Cunningham, and rising star crew chief Jason Bunker repairing the car, which just might have to change its reputation from the Proc Rocket to the Bunker Busters. That's what they called it. And lastly, NASCAR has determined a winner and a loser in their charter system. It's more of a franchise thing. NASCAR is going to have to take a bullet bite and honor some of the requests that the drivers and the teams want. No more taking their money.
Well, NASCAR is in a big mess right
They
now.
got a little challenge going on next year.
All right, Mr. Mars, time now for This Week in Auto History, and I know that you've got some stuff lined up for us.
We've got about 7 things that we really found were interesting this week, although, like you say, the industry kind of shuts down this time of year. So this week, Henry Leland founded the Lincoln Motor Company in Detroit. Now, what I found really interesting about this was that it was initially started to build aircraft engines for World War I. And it wasn't until after the war that Lincoln shifted to luxury automobiles, and they got a really big reputation because of their engineering with the motors. They became really good engineers with the whole car. Now, they were bought by Ford in 1922, and it continues to be Lincoln's premium division of cars. Then, this week in 1935, the first parking meter was installed. Now, this was done in Oklahoma City, of all places, and it was done to manage traffic, to get people to come in, do your business, and get out and make room for somebody else, kind of like a restaurant runs. And another note that even though this was controversial because everybody thought, well, the roads are public, I pay for them on my taxes, I ought to be able to park where I want, when I want, went through all that business with some court cases, but the first parking ticket was issued also in Oklahoma City in 1937. Then in
Alabama
19...
beat Oklahoma, didn't they, last night?
I think they did.
Yeah, just wanted to say that.
Yeah, we're not going to mention that.
Little time.
Also this week in 1967, the Ford Mustang, again, introduced in 1964 and a half, but by 1967, they sold 10 million cars. 10 million Mustangs, that fast. And it was just a big hit, started the whole pony car segment. This particular car we're showing here was number 1, the very first Mustang that rolled out. And they acquired it because when they found the owner, the 1 millionth Mustang that was made, they traded it to the guy for this car, and that's how this one ended up back in the museum. Then in 1969, one of the things that everybody remembers is the Plymouth Superbird. Now, this was a very highly modified, short-lived version of the Plymouth Roadrunner. A lot of graphics, a lot of had the Roadrunner horn, beep beep type thing, and it was designed to run in NASCAR. Now, the year before, the Dodge Charger Daytona had run in 1969, very successful. They only had to produce 500 of the Daytonas because when it was so successful, NASCAR changed the rules. So they had to make more of them, one for every car dealership they had, which meant that the Daytona had to make over 1,000 cars just to be able to run. That's the reason they only did it for 1 year. And another interesting note, you'll notice that this car has a vinyl top. Except for the ones that were built for the race car teams, all of the Superbirds had vinyl tops. The Daytonas did not. What they found was, to get them all out in time, they quit finishing the top, where the top meets the body lines, the seams. It was easier to just cover them with vinyl than it was to smooth it out for paint. The cars came with either 426 Hemis or 440 cubic inch engines with a 4-barrel or a 6-barrel. And it's believed that there's about 1,000 of them left out on the road somewhere. 1970, the EPA sets first auto emission standards. Now, this is where the EPA came in, decided what the automakers had to do. Of course, that's what started the downturn as far as the horsepower goes into the muscle cars, killed all that stuff, and kind of brought in catalytic converters and all the wonderful things that we have now to help control our smog. December 2009, General Motors announced it would shut down Saab. Now, Saab was founded in 1937 in Sweden as an aircraft manufacturer. And it was after the war they got into building cars. And they Chevrolet bought them and used them as far as some of their makes and models to bring into the country. This is the first Saab 92 that was done in 1949 when they switched from airplanes over to cars.
I'm sorry. What an
I-
ugly car.
Yes, it is. And you'll
out.
notice that even the newer ones looked almost like this. They like that
Oh,
design for
God.
some reason.
Saab.
So, but 2015,
Oh,
last
boy.
one. 2015, Volkswagen reaches Dieselgate settlement. Now, this was really important because a lot of people went to jail. A lot of people paid a lot of money fines. One guy got arrested in a restroom at an airport in Florida trying to get out of the country before the FBI grabbed him, but they got him. And they offered to buy back 500,000 2.0 liter vehicles in the United States as part of the settlement for this. And it really changed the way they were monitoring how manufacturers did their emissions testing. And that's this week in automotive history.
Wow. Well, that was quite a fun little trip down memory lane. Saab. I don't know anybody. Well, I probably know people that had one, but they didn't say that they
Yeah,
had
they
one.
wouldn't admit it.
No, nobody admitted it. Only a few
Future
people on
decisions
TV.
on tariffs, the future of North American trade and new duties on robotics loom for the auto industry in 2026, offering potential clarity on a policy landscape that has upended the planning of automakers and suppliers. U.S. Supreme Court in the first part of 2026 is expected to rule on the legality of many tariffs enacted by President Trump earlier this year. And the future of North American trade will come into focus as the United States, Mexico, and Canada review their trilateral trade agreement that Trump suggested the U.S. could abandon. At the same time, the Trump administration has signaled it could pursue a wide range of new tariffs, including in industrial robotics and critical minerals. New tariffs will likely weigh heavily on auto companies as they decide how to adjust production and investment plans, according to experts. Volkswagen of America will not offer the ID Buzz minivan for the 2026 model year as the automaker grapples with tepid demand and a challenging environment for electric vehicles in the U.S. The move caps what has been a difficult year for the Germany-built model, which faced high import tariffs, a pair of embarrassing recalls, one of them with the seat, the elimination of the $7,500 tax credit toward an EV purchase. EV demand has largely collapsed since the tax credit, a major draw for first-time buyers, expired at the end of September.
Wow.
You know how much that car was like a bunch of money.
I'm going to find out how many they made, so keep going.
Well, that's the end of that story.
All right.
CarMax plans to aggressively pursue $150 million in savings in the coming months as it seeks a new CEO who can help counter drops in net income, sales, and revenue. Net income for the fiscal 2026 third quarter dropped 50% to $62.2 million, the company said. Revenue declined 6.9% year over year to $5.8 billion. The results follow similar declines in the previous quarter and years of stagnant earnings, which led to the firing of longtime CEO Bill Nash in November. And even though the Ram canceled its fully electric pickup truck, it's still possible to buy one version of the truck. Ram's merchandise website is offering a 2026 Ram 1500 Rev Hallmark keepsake ornament for $29.95 to hang on your tree. Die-cast metal truck, 4.5 inches long, 2 inches high. Features dated front and rear license plates and authentic detailing based on the 2026 Ram 1500 Rev, the site says. It's also available on Hallmark's website for 4 cents more.
Wow. Dodge is coming back to NASCAR.
Is that official?
Listen, yeah, I think it's been announced. They're warming up to it.
Okay.
What are they going to run?
Yep.
Maybe they're going to run that 6-cylinder. That
Ooh,
wouldn't
Hurricane
surprise me.
6.
That wouldn't surprise me at all. Would it surprise you?
Yeah, because there's certain criteria for the motors. Yeah.
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 Well, the
It,
V8
it might win, and they wouldn't want that.
the V8 for Dodge was not competitive because of the degree of the alignment of the cylinders.
Yeah.
It's a long story, but they couldn't compete. That's why they dropped out. So, fine, don't change the rules. Just keep on keeping on. Not.
On the ID Buzz electric vehicle sales have been relatively slow. Like you talked about, 1,162 units were sold in the U.S. in 2024, and under 5,000 sold the first 9 months worldwide. So it's been paused.
Hey, we'd love to hear from you. Just shoot us an email. The address here is info@inwheeltime.com. We're back after this quick break.
You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show now reaches 5.3 million folks each year. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, YouTube, Facebook, and podcasts available from your favorite go-to source, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including driving destinations, Jeff's car culture, latest car news, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's all on InWheelTime.com. Join us.
Real-time talk show coming up live via satellite. Noted author, mathematician, and car authority from the West Coast. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Jack Nerad. Later in Jeff's Car Culture, 6 things you're legally not allowed to do in an RV. Use your imagination. And in Driving Destinations, Mars has 5 last-minute Christmas road trips to get the heck out of town. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin, Chief Engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Thanks so much for joining us on this Saturday. Do we have Jack?
Yes, sir.
Close by?
Here's Jack.
What he looks like.
Yes.
Kind of
And look,
scary, isn't it?
Wait a minute. I see him now. Oh, he looks like he's got a new hip.
Hey.
Oh, us all.
Yes, exactly. Kind of leaning to
Jack,
the
what's
left,
your
aren't
hand?
I?
Show us your hips, Jack.
Do a little twerk in action.
Yeah.
Too much Texas two-step, Jack?
I think just too much running, too much baseball. You know, I quit playing baseball just a couple of years ago. So,
Oh, wow, yeah.
Did you really?
yeah.
What were you like on a club team?
Yeah, I
somewhere
played
there?
on men's teams, you know, kind of my whole life. I played from the time I was 3 years old until I was into my 70s.
Really?
Wow.
That's I didn't know that. There's still hope for me,
Yeah, there is.
There
Not
you
much.
go, yeah.
but very little. But there's some.
Patient zero over here.
Well, Jack, are you feeling okay? Can you walk?
I can kind of walk, yeah. It's not so bad. I mean, right now, I kind of forget about it when I'm sitting down. When I go to walk, it's kind of stiff and hurts. But, you know, it's going to be better. It's going to be a lot better.
Was it like you said? You went in the morning, you got out in the afternoon?
Yeah, I got there at 7 in the morning and was back home by 5. So kind of a long work day. It was harder on my wife because I was asleep for about 2 hours during that time.
Oh, you got a nap,
Working
and
out,
she
but,
didn't.
She didn't, yeah.
Yeah, the drugs must be really good out there in California.
There's plenty of them, I think.
There's no doubt about it.
Let me interject something. Jack, you sent us your latest book, one of your books. My wife did read it. She enjoyed it. She won't tell me the ending because she says I have to read it. So
Great.
appreciate
Great.
that.
Well, that's
Thank
nice
you.
of
She
you to
enjoyed
say
it.
that, and I appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, Jack, let's talk about cars, shall we? I understand that the Detroit Auto Show is next up on the big list of places to go, and they've actually got a few more people that are showing displays. That's good news.
Yeah, I think they have something like 40 brands. I think it was the latest I saw in communications from them. We at North American Car of the Year are excited about the Detroit show because we announce our Car of the Year, Sport Utility of the Year, and Truck of the Year. It's basically the first thing that happens at the Detroit Auto Show. So it's a pretty exciting time for us.
Does that actually happen before the doors open to the public?
Yeah, it does. They have a media day.
Yeah.
and it kind of kicks off the media day.
Do you want me to come and wheel you around there? I'll volunteer to
You
do
know,
that.
I'm not certain I'm going to go. I just given the fact that I'm not sure about getting on an airplane in 2 weeks'
Well-
time, but maybe we'll see.
Yeah. Well, so let's talk about the ID buzz that Volkswagen has just said, nah, we're not bringing it to the U.S. next year. We only sold 1,100.
I mean,
think
it's one of those
simply
things where,
overpriced.
money means so much. People don't grasp, and even a lot of car journalists don't grasp, how important the retail price of these things is. And, that was a cool vehicle. I think a lot of us like a lot of things about it. There's some things about it that many of us don't like too, kind of irritating. But it's just too darn expensive, right? I mean, it's just that's the bottom line with that thing. It's cool, but $70,000-$80,000 for that thing. I'm not sure anybody's going to step up to that, or very many.
No, it's not very utilitarian. I just got out of a Ford Expedition Max, and that thing was $80,000, actually a little
Yeah.
bit more than that. But it's much more utilitarian than ID Buzz is.
Yeah, absolutely true. Absolutely true. I mean, the prices of things are just kind of blowing me away. I was in Dallas and Fort Worth last weekend. Actually, my middle daughter got married in Fort Worth, and we were driving around in a Lexus LX600, terrific vehicle, but also an MSRP of $120,000. So, like I say, terrific vehicle, but wow, that's a lot of money.
If you can afford it, great. But
Yeah.
for the most of us, I don't think that it's really some place to go to with 120 grand. That's a lot of money.
You're telling me. Yeah.
Yeah. And my thing is, what happened to the bargain vehicles? There aren't any.
And
mean,
I think maybe
they're
we're
10 years
going to
old.
see some now that we've changed the exhaust emission regulations and the fuel economy regulations, because that was what was really pushing prices up. Is the car companies had to, turn somersaults to make that work, to get to the fuel economy requirements that they were supposed to make, and so they have all these exotic type of cars, turbocharged, plug-in hybrids and stuff like that. I mean, think of the complications of those kinds of powertrains. It's just, and every complication adds cost, right? So I think we're going to get much more affordable cars, or at least level things off a little bit as we go forward here.
Let's hope. Yeah.
Well, I have a feeling that there's going to be a number of car companies that are going to go belly up because of the prices that are being charged for vehicles. I mean, they can't sell enough of them to support the company itself because they're so high priced. It drives people out. You get up there to the 50, 60, 70, $80,000 range, the upper end of the cars these days, and you go, well, wait just a minute. If I thought I'm going to spend $50,000 on that car, I can go over here and spend $45,000 and get a lot more content on this car over there.
And just a nice vehicle. Yeah.
The $5,000 thing, when it gets down to it, I think that could be a real deal breaker, don't you?
Absolutely. I think the smart money for a lot of people is in 2 or 3 year old cars coming off lease, right? I mean, they've got a lot of useful life in them, and they're significantly less expensive than a new one. And your neighbor won't know the difference, right? Your neighbor's not going to see the odometer. So I think that's where the smart money is going these days.
Well, that's where we were with the whole COVID thing.
Yeah.
People we couldn't afford it, couldn't find anything new to buy that we could afford, so we went to used, and there was a big deficit in finding cars that were coming off lease because everybody was snapping them up. You think that that's going to happen again?
Well, I think we're coming out of that whole valley of car production that was COVID caused, right? I mean, there was a big drop in cars that were produced 3 or 4 years ago in the midst of COVID, because they shut down factories and didn't let car companies make cars. And we're still coming out of that, and so that affects the supply of these late model used cars, and that's where a lot of the smart money goes. So that drives the prices up there because there's relatively few of them comparatively.
Well, let's talk just a minute, shift gears, about the tariff thing that apparently is going to be reviewed again. And now we're going to throw in the USMC thing. Is that what it is? The Mexico-Canada
Oh, yeah.
agreement
Right.
with the tariffs and all of that. That's going to be up in the air, and that's coming up pretty quickly here in January, I understand.
Yeah, I think that, and I think it's likely that instead of making it a trilateral, a deal between Mexico, Canada, and us, we would make separate deals. The United States would make separate deals with Mexico and Canada. Maybe those are easier to negotiate. I think, in a lot of ways, this has been good for American manufacturing. We've certainly seen a lot more investment here. We've seen production shift from Canada, say, for things like the Jeep Compass back to Illinois. So that's interesting. The other countries are not real wild about it, but I think Americans, given a choice, would like to buy cars made by Americans in America.
I agree.
Absolutely.
And I think that it gives us a little, as far as American cars are concerned, a little bit of an advantage because the way that the market seems to me today, and what's offered by European, Asian, and American vehicles, we've reached kind of a plateau where everything is kind of on an even keel. You don't find really bad cars anymore. If you do, they get called out and they don't sell and they stop making them. But that's rare these days.
Well, it's because they have so many recalls.
Well,
And people don't have those anymore.
there are some American car makers that do have a problem
Yep.
with recalls, and I think it's hurting their sales. But I think that too will even itself out eventually. I
But
think
that goes
recall-
back into the manufacturer's process. It's not necessarily the quality of the tools or the material that they're using for parts. I mean, if you got a bad process that lets things slip through and your quality checks aren't there, then you're going to have to change that.
Yeah, I think the complication of cars too. I mean, I'm concerned. I don't know that anybody else talks about this, but I'm concerned about all the turbocharged cars that are going into the market these days. I think they're likely to have less longevity than the typical normally aspirated car or truck, and manufacturers are essentially forced to do that by fuel economy regulations that have since been rescinded. But there's a ton of them out there, and we're seeing a lot of hybrids. Most hybrids are fairly bulletproof, but you see some issues with them too. Again, the more complicated I think the drivetrain is, the more potential problems you have.
Well, and to that point, my brother's got a Ram truck, turbo diesel, 150, 60,000 miles on it, whatever. And he had started having a problem, took it to the dealership where he always had it serviced, problem with the turbo. Well, they can't fix it. They have to replace it. $6,000 to go in there and replace the turbo, and it comes as a kit and all this other stuff because they can't fix it. They just take it off and put a new one on. And you take even at a regular level, even if you don't have the turbocharger, you got 10 or 12, maybe even 20 different computer systems running on the car. Where in the world do you start looking?
Yeah, I mean, I've had some electrical problems in a very old vehicle I've had for a long time, and just tracking down, where is the power going, right? I mean, to the point where I have it on a trickle charger a lot of times these days, just to get around.
Well,
that.
I can
Yeah.
certainly relate to that. I had a problem with my old 2001 Corvette, and I wouldn't hold a charge. I mean, the most I could go was a week of it sitting around, but
Yeah.
by then it would barely start. And I thought, okay, I've had enough of this. I'm going to track this down. As it turns out, after spending several $1,000s, it turned out to be the seat, the driver's seat, called a sports seat in 2001. And it had some sort of short in it somewhere, and it was draining the battery. My answer was, get rid of the seats. So out the seats went. I bought me a pair of Corbos. They're absolutely great. They're cloth. They look good. They fit good. Solved all the problems.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, there are issues that come up on an old car. I understand that, but I think that there are other ways around that. If I had a turbocharger problem and it was going to cost me $5,000, I would definitely start looking around and see what the alternatives would be when it came to buying an alternative diesel vehicle.
Yeah. We have a lot of,
especially-
just very exotic powertrain vehicles out there that are going to be used cars that I don't think the typical used car buyer is going to want to have, right? I mean, electric vehicles, number one, Like
Sure.
who lives in a apartment building in a city wants to have an electric car? I mean, you have to use public charging to charge it. It's just not a good situation at all for those people. And those are the kind of people who buy used vehicles and older used vehicles. So I don't know what's going to happen with all of those. And the more exotic cars, do those folks want cars with turbocharged engines? Do they want hybrids? Probably neither of these, really.
Well, in regards to the EVs, biggest question I get out of people when they start thinking about buying one, because that's what they hear on the news, is how much is it going to cost me to replace the battery if the battery goes bad in a year or two after I bought it?
Yep.
You know, it used to be range anxiety. Now it's battery longevity anxiety. It seems to me that is what's going to hold that back.
Well, for my issues, it was all about the charger plug that apparently now everything's going to the Tesla charger plug. I get a vehicle, not going to tell you which one, Jack, you probably already know, with a smile on your face. I get a vehicle, then the usual Don Armstrong 110 volt charger is not in the vehicle.
Mhm.
What is it? It is a plug that goes on the plug to be able to adapt to what I need. This will do it. Wait, no, it won't, because it doesn't use a fast charger. It uses a level 2 charger. Okay, well, where do I go for that? No, you can't go there. Like Shell Recharge, right? Can't use that because it doesn't match up. It was an absolute, again, nightmare trying to find a charging for this thing. And no, I'm good on the electrics. Give me a hybrid or give me a gasoline motor. I'm good. 5 minutes at the gasoline stop, and I've got 400 miles on the range anxiety meter on my gasoline-powered car. It's great.
Right.
Yeah. So, Jack, you going to have a good Christmas, my friend?
I'm hoping so. Not going to do too much running around, I imagine.
Good.
My daughters are coming into town, so that's great. And like I say, one of them just got married, so her husband is coming too. They're very cool. They're flying back from the Dominican Republic probably as we speak. They're flying into Fort Worth, so we will see them a little later this week, or this coming week.
We offer you a speedy recovery, my friend.
Yeah.
What
Thank
do
you.
docs say? When should you be back painless and ready to go?
They say that I can play tennis and that kind of stuff in 3 months or so. I'm thinking that maybe I can accelerate that a little bit. I go out in the backyard and swing the bat pretty much every day, so I'm going to miss that for the next 2 or 3 months, but we'll see what happens.
Well, it's always a pleasure to talk to you, Jack. We love you.
So great to talk to you guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, always. Go back and get in a relaxed position somewhere and turn on the TV for
There you go.
Have some,
Yeah, we've got a
have
lot
some
of
hot
football games
TV.
to watch today. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Jack, we'll talk to you again. Happy New Year, my friend. Merry
Happy
Christmas.
New Year, Merry Christmas to all you guys, and I really enjoy talking to you every time. So thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Jack. Merry
Thank you,
Christmas.
Jack. Yeah. Hey, just ahead, Jeff's Car Culture. Things you're not allowed to do in an RV.
Or you shouldn't.
Plus, Mars has last-minute road trips at Christmas. After this break on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Stay with us.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good. Apple or Android, In Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and jonesing for a different kind of car talk show, give In Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture and Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, and we know you love lists.
In Wheel Time invites you to join us 10 to noon Central Time every Saturday for our live show about all things automotive. Next week, we're going to do a best of, so
Yeah.
everybody can take a break from each other before we kill one another.
It's because there's something coming up next week. Christmas. That's why I'm going to be off Christmas.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Scared me. My mind is racing at 100 miles an hour. Time now for Jeff's Car Culture. 5
go.
things that could be against the law while driving your RV.
That's right. And RV living and travel are booming like never before. According to the Recreational Vehicle Industry Association, there is one out there. There are now more than 11 million households in the United States with an RV. There's at least tens of thousands more people to the open road each year. RVing is free, adventurous, and comfortable. Yet there are a variety of rules to keep the traveler and the local community safe from you and them, and clean as well. Here we go. Driving an overweight RV is wrong. It's against the law. You'll have a weight limit to prevent any accidents. Based on recent weigh station inspections at RV rallies, more than 85% of the RVs exceeded gross vehicle weight capacity recommendations. Just overloaded, too much stuff in them. The risk of overloading can be summed up in the fact that overloading compromises braking, handling, and tire safety, which increases the chances of accidents. The overweight vehicles are heavily penalized by most states through fines and are prohibited from traveling further until their fault is
That reminds me of the I Love Lucy movie, The Long, Long Trailer, where she loaded up all the rocks. along the way.
And that was out recently too. Using the bathroom while the RV is moving, although it may not seem like a significant issue, using the restroom or walking around an RV in motion may be against the law in most states. There are differences in laws depending on where one lives, but there are mainly concerns relative to safety, since any time and one may be in the vehicle with abruptly stopped or hit a road bump, it might result in injuries.
Yeah, and splash content is
In
also a
several
problem.
states, belting up and sitting will be required when the car is moving on the road. So you got to put a seatbelt on that door. Belt yourself in, strap yourself down there. Alrighty, and don't eat burritos before you go.
Go,
The
Mo.
next one is parking your your
Yeah,
RV.
that would be for me.
Be for-
The Don Armstrong IV wagon.
on a residential street or driveway. Many local ordinances prohibit the overnight parking of RVs on residential curbs or even in driveways. Now, my stepfather had a Winnebago. We parked in the driveway. We didn't care because it was allowed. In other cities, parking an RV in front of your house or in a street or driveway can result in fines or even towing. Specific neighborhoods require permits limiting the parking duration. These regulations aim to control neighborhood congestion and preserve the neighborhood aesthetics. Although we prefer to park near home, RV owners should review existing laws and consider alternatives like RV parks or storage areas. There's a lot of those around. Driving with the propane on. Don't do that. Another subject is there's a lot of controversy is towing or RVing your RV with propane tanks on. It is permitted in most states, but certain states impose restrictions in specific conditions,
Boom, boom.
such as tunnels or bridges. Due to the risk of fire and explosions, such safety advocates sound warnings of the dangers posed by propane leaks or accidents. If you've got a leak in the RV, you could die. I mean, you could asphyxiate yourself. So keeping that off is a good thing for the RVers. Next
We're
one,
using helium. That's what I say.
or other type of gases.
Yeah.
Well, strap yourself into the commode there.
Yeah.
Boondocking is prohibited in many areas.
What is
Boondocking,
boondocking?
overnight camping without hookups or unmarked areas is becoming increasingly common. So you take your creeper van or whatever, you just park in somebody's house overnight. That's called boondocking.
Okay.
In restricted areas and privately owned lands. It's against the law. National Forests and Forest Services declared that dispersing camping and specific regulations at the time of restrictions. Violators risk fines and are forced removal. By adhering to these regulations, the natural spaces can be maintained and no tensions with the locals or landowners can be created. So always know where you're going to park it. Don't just pull up to somewhere and throw your chair out there and flush your commode and all that stuff.
Yeah, a lot of people used to, while they were traveling, use Walmart or Kmart parking lots overnight.
Yep, exactly. I think some folks still do. Ignoring seatbelt laws for passengers, even though being inside an RV may resemble being at home in a household on wheels, seatbelts are required. This also includes items like the seatbelts on the couches or benches while they have been installed. So, all the gray matter in the vehicle in the containers, don't just leave the valves open and continue to drive down the road. So there's a lot of stuff. Be careful. You will get caught and they will find you.
You're talking about overweight RVs?
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, in some cases, if you got your mother-in-law in there, though.
Yeah, that doesn't count, though.
Yeah.
So we're doing the drag racing tour. We've got, obviously a great big, huge tractor trailer rig.
Oh, yeah.
Got 2 cars in it, 5 engines. It's loaded to the absolute hilt. And it always was 10,000 pounds overweight. And I don't know how many thousands of dollars they had to spend on tickets. Because, you see these truckers in these stations along the highway, and all the truckers are over there because they got to get weighed.
Yeah.
Well, they got caught a lot doing with the car hauler.
Yeah.
It was major, and it was a major problem, but it's just the way that it was, it turns out. What are you doing for the holidays?
We're hosting. The kids are coming over for breakfast and to do
On Christmas morning?
the gift opening, and then Laura and Kylie are going to bail, go over to Jenny's. They're going to do that stuff at Jenny's, and then they're all coming back in the evening. Everybody's coming over in the evening for we're doing a taco bar.
Taco bar and shots?
Bar and game playing and
Shots.
Well, there'll probably be shots involved, but it's mainly the taco bar with all the accoutrement.
I see.
How about you, Michael?
Yeah, kind of the same thing. We have a couple of family things. One starts next Monday night, then we have another one, and then another one, and then Christmas morning, everybody pretty well stays home, and we do our own little thing, and then they all come over for Christmas dinner that afternoon, hopefully.
Shots?
So it's like, nah, not too much on the shots. Too many still kids, but it's
you do
it's
shot
about.
bars?
Do I? No,
Do you do shots?
no,
Oh, come on.
not since I was 12. But the
Since I was 12.
it's kind of like the 5 or 6 days of Merry Christmas. My mother's name is Mary, so we kind of go with her.
There you go. Well, that's cool. Yeah. Is she excited?
Very, very, because she's a great grandmother now, and we had for Thanksgiving, her first great grandchild came into town, 3 months old, so she got to see that, and
Oh, wonderful.
very happy for that.
Good.
Did the 3-month-old drive itself there? Or?
No, his mom and dad came with him. They didn't feel like he was good enough to come from Kansas by himself on his first initial trip.
I see.
That's good.
Kansas. The whole Dorothy.
Yes. Yeah, Toto.
And the guy behind the curtain.
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
Exactly.
All right. Well, why don't we take a quick break here? It's time to do that. The In Real Time Car Talk will continue right after this quick break.
You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In Real Time Car Talk Show now reaches 5.3 million folks each year. Check us out on InRealTime.com, YouTube, Facebook, and podcasts available from your favorite go-to source, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In Real Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including driving destinations, Jeff's car culture, latest car news, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's all on InRealTime.com. Join us.
Hello, we're back.
Well, hello. Welcome to the In Real Time Car Talk Show. It is so good to have you with us on this Saturday morning. I don't know what I'm doing here, Mr. Mars. I'm a little.
Did you lose your place?
I did.
Yeah, we think we're going into the story of the week.
No, I've got all that. What I
Oh,
was worried
okay.
really about is getting your feature on that we didn't do, the 5 last-minute Christmas road trips. I teased that we were going to do that, and I didn't do that. So
Well,
shame on me.
I
Again.
set it aside.
Well, don't set it aside. I think that it's such a good feature here on the In Real Time Car Talk Show that I think that we should do that right now. What do you think?
How about that?
Are you able to do that, Mr. Mars?
Well, yes. And Jeff,
Are you? I
Jeff
mean, I
can
didn't want to
control.
catch you off guard. Or
I got it loaded up here, Michael. I think it's scene 4. Is that what we're looking at?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep,
Well,
I think we're going to start with one for Jeff. Now, this is the road trip Chicago to Frankenmuth. Am I saying that right? Frankenmuth?
Chicago's right, yes.
Yeah, Chicago. To Frankenmuth, Michigan. Now, this starts off in Chicago because they have all the big markets, the ice skating, the downtown lights display. It's really a big city setup, and it's really very Christmas-oriented. But then the road trip takes you over to Frankenmuth, Michigan. It's often called Little Bavaria. Now, they've got all the architecture, they got horse-drawn carriages, they got nonstop seasonal music, but the main thing they have is Bonner's Christmas Wonderland. Now, this is the largest Christmas store in the country, and they year-round holiday spirit. And then from there, we're going to drop down. We're going to go south where it's a little warmer to the Texas Hill Country. Now, we're going to start in Grapevine. Now, this is called the self-proclaimed Christmas capital of Texas, but a couple of magazines and CNN and some other people have covered it as such. So they've got themed train rides and parades. They got all kinds of things going on up there. But you can take from there, you want to go west through the hill country to Fredericksburg. Now, this is where you're going to find the German heritage with all the Christmas pyramids, the markets, and the lighting ceremonies that go on for several days. And then finish down in San Antonio because of the Riverwalk and all around town. There's lots of places with lights that are going and very festive. And the weather is usually mild with great food and a lot of different traditions. Then, if you really want to go to someplace far off, go off to Seattle, and where you're going to start, and go through the Cascade Mountains and go over to Leavenworth, Washington. Now, again,
Leavenworth.
yeah,
Isn't
you know,
there a
it's-
penitentiary there?
no, that's your summer house. You know, the Leavenworth, Washington is where they have.
The other Leavenworth.
Yeah. Now, this is again another place that's set up like a Bavarian village. They got all kinds of lights going on and while the carolers walk through town, they got nutcrackers and holiday music in the streets. And generally they have snowfall, which is going to really kind of make it more Christmassy for a lot of people. I wouldn't want to live in the snow, but I like going up there and visiting it for a couple hours. Then, again, if you want to go someplace else, the other side of the country, Asheville and cutting across the Blue Ridge Parkway. Now, Asheville is a little bit slower paced, but it's got the iconic Biltmore Estate. And that's really what lights up for Christmas, the holidays. I've never been there. I've heard a lot about it, but haven't made the trip yet. But Christmas might be the time to go. And then when you go through the Blue Ridge Parkway, of course, they got their winter views. Even without the snow, you can get cabins. There's a lot of little breweries along the way. And it's just kind of more of an outdoory type cruise is going through Christmas. The last one that I found interesting was going from Philadelphia to New York City. Now, this is, of course, the East Coast road trip. Philadelphia, they have a Christmas village with European-style stalls and seasonal treats, handcrafted gifts, and lots of historic streets there in Philadelphia. And then you go to New York City. Now, I've been to New York City during the holidays one time for about 4 hours. Had a nice little tour real quick. Saw all the big Christmas trees and everything at Rockefeller Center. Ice skating rinks, window displays, and all that Broadway lighting and things that go on around there. It's just really enhanced during the Christmas season. So these are a few places. If you're close, you want to make a quick trip to get away, maybe try some of these for Christmas.
Have you ever done that? You escape and, hey, your mom and I are going to be gone for a few days.
Yeah, we just did that.
Oh, get away from the mother-in-law thing, something like that.
It was just it was always planned. You know, we're going to go here, we're going to do this and that. But
So you had the reservations. You didn't just
Oh, yeah.
hit the road and just say, oh, there's a nice motel that stopped there, the TP Inn.
Yeah. Well, back when I was a kid, and you go out and you with your parents, and you go Washington D.C. or you go Gettysburg stuff, to see history. You just rolled up into a motor lodge, and you had the kids always look for the pool out front. You had to have a pool. Then they go in and you get the room with the vibrating bed and all that stuff, and you just spent the day in the pool.
You still have that quarter, put the quarter in the
I've got my favorite quarter.
Yeah.
I still have that.
Yeah.
I do.
George,
It's a string on it, so you put it in there and
pull it back out.
Actually, a slug. That's what
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was.
Hey, we want to give a shout out to the Emmons boys down there. They have us on their TVs in their waiting room today.
Oh,
So
darn.
Thank you very much. Best of luck to you guys. We think of you quite frequently, and we're always sending people down there. You want a real above board, nice, wonderful, honest, long time in the business, used car dealership. Boy, that's the one to go to.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You bet.
It's David Ainsley about it. I think he owns half that dealership now. On a number of,
Numerous vehicles. Well, my granddaughter's got one from there, so we just had it. She just came by the other day.
Yep, there you go. All right. Time now for some of the recalls, and we got them as usual. This is the rear view camera image not displaying on the Infiniti QX80, Nissan Armada, and Nissan Murano 2025 to 26. Loss of power brake assist from
Ford?
Motor Company.
who else?
Bronco, Expedition, F-150, Ranger, and Navigator. I think that pretty much sums up all of their lineup for 2025. Loss of brake power assist. So if it hasn't been recalled yet, it will be. Insufficient pedestrian warning sound.
Sufficient pedestrian. I thought it was more like
Have you heard the electric? Have you heard what the noise that electric cars make? It's I don't even know how you describe it.
yeah, I know.
And then once you get up to about 10 miles an hour, it goes away.
Yeah.
Weird. Mercedes-Benz AMG EQE SUV format,
Hey.
24 to
Did you call me?
25. Yeah, exactly. Well, there's some of them, and turn the page, and we have more. Alfa Romeo Julian for 2024. The headlights may fail. Martha,
Only at night.
only at night. Brake pedal failure for the Alfa Romeo Tonale PHEV, that's plug-in hybrid electric, and the Dodge Hornet for 2024. So those are your recalls. I can do the story of the week, I think. Shall we do that or do the Sold Cars Roundup? Let's do the story.
Oh, all right. I'm
You want to do the Sold Cars?
because we missed it last week. But no, we didn't. We did it last week. We just couldn't see it. All right. Whatever you want to do.
Let's
Martha,
do
you do
the Sold
Mike's got
Car.
to vote. Mike's got to vote.
Let's do the Sold Car.
Sold Car Roundup?
Yeah. George and Jeff are online, so
George is online.
Hi, George.
George, it's so good to have you with us. Hope you're feeling better, my friend. George had some serious surgery this year, and his wife hasn't been all that great either. So God bless both of you. We're so glad that you're with us today, and we think about you and talk about you all the time. Behind your back, obviously.
yeah, it's easier.
But thank you all. And Jeff Heitzman paid us a visit
Yeah.
out at the
This is Jeff again.
Tailpipes and
Good guy.
Tacos last weekend. All right. So here comes the Sold Cars Roundup.
Dun, dun.
First up is going to be, Mr. Mars. have you got
Well,
it?
it's not coming up.
Okay. Well, it's a 1974. Picture in your mind a C3 body style. It's a convertible. A 1974 Chevrolet Corvette. Maroon in color. It looks clean. It looks stock. It's got the beauty rings on the wheels, so that
Okay.
would be stock, basic stuff. So what do you think that thing sold for? 74.
Say $17,000. There it is.
There it is. So what do you think about that? I mean,
It's a nice car. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm going 17.
it's clean. 17. Okay.
Rag top.
Do we have any other bidders on this one?
Top goes down, the price goes up.
Top does. Yeah, Heitzman's sitting here at 23,000, excuse me.
23,000. Okay.
George is 821,999.
Fair enough.
Of course he is.
Well, it sold for $16,800, and I bring that up because I'm thinking of George right now, and
Thinking he needs it.
and Twilight, and this would be a great weekend car. Drive it down to Houston once in a while.
That's a good idea.
It'd be a fun thing. All right, next up, the 1968 Dodge Polara. Look at the size of that. We were talking about the Ford Expedition Max for 2026. Listen,
Not quite
That-
that big, but
it's not. Yeah, that Expedition. I think this is bigger. 1968 Dodge Polara. You never see those. Remember when you were a kid, you think that thing is ugly. Look at how big that
I
is.
know. But
Well,
now
and
go,
you
I
don't
want
see
it.
2-doors. I mean, most of them I remember seeing are 4.
Correct. So how much do you think that thing sold for?
I'm
Look
gonna-
at the size of it. It looks all stock.
I know.
Looks like it just rolled down the showroom floor.
You know, you got to weigh what is the value of scrap versus what is the value. I'm gonna go $15,000. I might be a little low. Jeff
Heitzman says 12.
Yeah. And for the skeletons, Art Grendel.
Go Art.
Art Grendel Dodge. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
He should know.
It actually sold for $13,600.
Wow.
Yeah, way to go.
Way to go, Art.
PTNL.
Oh, I see.
Good job.
All right, next up. This would be something for you, Jeff.
Of course not.
The 1931 Ford Model A. And
It's restored.
oh,
Beautiful.
very much so. It looks very nice.
I'm gonna go $60,000, and that's Michigan colors, blue and maize there.
Yeah, well, I'm just not
That
into
drives the
yellow
price up,
wheels.
doesn't it?
Do what?
I said that drives the price up.
Yeah, 60 grand for me.
60 grand for Jeff on the 31 Ford Model A. Yellow wheels, blue in color. I mean, it's sharp looking for what it is. Heitzman says 29.
Yeah, he's probably closer.
And let's see if
Art.
Art Grendel,
Come on, Art.
what Art Grendel has to say.
Art's got 27,999.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Sitting down?
Yeah.
$18,900.
Wow.
It's a pretty easy
Yeah.
car to fix yourself, too.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking it's show and award winning.
Yeah, but for those restored original cars, it just doesn't seem to be much of a market for them like you would think there is.
No.
I mean, just take that same car and make it into a hot rod, and it's $40,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's with a cabin filter.
Yeah. Next up, the 1969 Chevrolet pick-em-up truck.
Uh-oh.
The only problem with that, in my mind, are those wheels. They just don't work for me.
No, me neither. Standard cab. Is that a long wheelbase, short wheelbase?
It looks like a short bed.
Yeah.
Short bed. 69 Chevy pickup truck, Resto Mod, clearly. Looks like it's got shaved bumpers on it. and
$13,000.
13.
That might be high for my pocketbook.
Okay. 13. Jeff Heitzman says 11. Now let's see what we got up there in East Texas. What's it going to go for, George Skelton? He says
99.
$9,999. Well, everybody's wrong because this thing sold for $26,250.
No.
Yeah, C10s are just really hot.
That's dumb. No, I'm sorry, not paying.
But it's clean. I mean, I don't see 20 grand's worth in that. I really don't.
All right, here's an oddball, and that's why I chose it.
This is for you, Don.
A 1976 Toyota Land Cruiser.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about the ugly stick. Right there it is. Wow, is that ugly. 1976 Toyota Land Cruiser. Did you know that they were that ugly? I don't ever recall seeing those in
It's growing on me.
1976. Really?
Yeah, it's growing on me. I'm going to go.
It's like a wart.
Yeah, a wart. Here's a quarter. Have a rat gnaw that thing off.
I'm going to say 18 because I have no idea. Jeff's going 13. But, that's the kind of vehicle that you never wash, you never clean it, and you just drive it. Put gas in it, maintain it, and never clean it.
Okay.
That's the kind of vehicle.
You do that.
I would.
Yeah. Okay. George says 16,999. And
I was at 17, so we're all in that ballpark there.
where is
Heisman said 13.
sir? Okay. Well, it sold for 18,890.
Ooh, I was close, yeah.
Man, you got to really want that to spend that kind of money.
And not wash it.
Now here is a Mike Mars car. Might be a little bit out of his price range, but I could see Mars tooling around in this.
Oh, I could
A
too.
1953 Studebaker Champion. What kind of car you got? I got a Champion.
I got a Studi.
Studi Champion, 1953. What do you think that thing sold for? Looks completely stock. It looks brand new.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm going to let the boys go first.
All right. So let's see what everybody says.
Well, it's got the
But
wide
China-
whites and stuff, so you got to kind of figure it's pretty much restored.
But wide whites, that's what they were in 53.
Right.
Jeff says 31.
I like the lines of it, though. I could see a Batman. You can make a Batmobile out of that.
I'm going to go 42.
42. And George says 17,999. Well, believe it or not, my co-host over here, Jeff Zekin, is closest. It sold for 39,900.
Oh, so I'm close on 3 today. I'm getting better at it.
And last but not least,
But
This is for you, Don.
no, it's not. No, it is not. Fix and repair daily. Not away. The 1993 Jaguar XJS.
I'm going to give you a
The question is, did they push it into place? Kind of like Art Grendel did. If it didn't run, just get all the guys out there to push it across the.
maybe $1.
Much for that.
9. It's between 8 and 9. I'm going to go $9,000.
$9,000. All right. Let's see what everybody else is
To
going
the
to
knock
do.
wheels. I think the wheels are probably $9,000.
Those are J.C. Penney or some J.C. Whitney or some other
Yeah.
Woods thing.
14 from Jeff.
14 from Jeff.
I got an
But it is a
uncle
rag top. It is a rag
from
top.
England. He would love to have that car.
But it's stuck.
Yeah.
You can't take it down. And George says $7,000, and George is the winner. Twyla will kill you. It sold for $7,700.
Let's see, it was $1 off.
Yeah. So that is our slow car roundup for the week.
Perfect.
That was fun. Glad everybody participated.
Yeah.
Thank
Glad
you, George.
everybody's joined in.
Yep. All right. Why don't we take a quick little break here?
Okay.
Is that okay?
It's fine with me. Gotta ask Mike.
Mike, is that okay?
I'm
Has
trying to
control.
figure out where we're at. This is the first break. Yes, it's great.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a quick break here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show, and we'll be back right after this.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good. Apple or Android, In Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and jonesing for a different kind of car talk show, give In Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture and Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon, through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, and we know you love lists.
Welcome back to the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Hey, be sure and join us for our live show every week, except next week. In Wheel Time airs Saturdays 10 to noon on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. I know that Mr. Bars is going to be working diligently in putting together a best of show for next Saturday. I'm sure it's going to be award winning and fantastic.
Yep.
If you can hear us. Are you there, Mars? You're
I
laughing,
am.
you're scratching your heads.
Yeah, just, yep, I'm
Baffled?
here.
Okay, well, good. Why don't we get Jeff involved right now?
Uh-oh.
And let's do the cruise in and events calendar.
Yeah, how about that? There's still a lot of things going on for Toys for Tots. So in your neighborhood, churches, car clubs, they're still going on. There's a whole bunch of them to announce, but I'm not going to do that, to just go find it. But there are a few. This is going to be in Spring Branch, Texas. So this is going to be next Saturday, the 27th, from 11 to 2. It's called Fun Buns Fourth Saturday Cruise In. Now, that was your nickname in school, right? Fun Buns?
Fun Buns, yeah. The girls all call me.
There you go. Fun Buns welcomes automotive enthusiasts and food lovers to enjoy a showcase of cars, trucks, and rods. This reoccurring monthly event offers platforms for attendees to appreciate vehicles and indulge in the food. So if you're looking to admire the automobiles, the vehicles that you're interested in,
Where is it going to be?
it's going to be in Spring Branch.
I know, but the Fun
Oh,
Buns.
yeah.
Is it the Fun Bun? I mean, is it the name of the place?
No, it's the name of the cruise, but it's at 15,000 Texas 46. 15000 Texas 46 in Spring Branch.
The Spring Branch, Texas.
Yeah.
That's not the Spring Branch neighborhood in Houston. No,
There's Texas.
got it. All right.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Yeah, there is.
Right.
And then there's Daniel's Meat Market Cars and Coffee. We talked about this one last week or so. This is at 6010 Thompson's Road in Baytown, near you, Michael. Daniel's Meat Market in the Highlands,
No,
Texas.
Not near him.
Well, it's close.
No,
Closer
it's
to you.
halfway.
All right. Well, it's still close. Take your mom out there and go to the Daniel's Meat Market. Classic car owners are invited to register their vehicles by emailing marketing manager at danielsmeatmarket.com. All classic cars drivers will receive free coffee. That's very good. It takes place every Saturday morning. Then, New Year's Day. No one knew about this. Fireman Jack's New Year's Day Throwdown.
Jeff and I went last year.
No, 2 years ago. It was 2 years ago or last year?
Last year.
But if you want to go, leave now to get there. 10921 Wood Glen Way in Cat Springs, Texas. Not Dog Springs, it's Cat Springs just down the road. Third annual Fireman Jack's.
Does anybody know? Did you know where Cat Springs
I had
was?
no idea. I thought it was in Oklahoma.
Well, it wound out there near Midland, Odessa.
Yeah. So it's the New Year's Day Throwdown. Will return to Alum, Texas on January 1st. This free cruise-in event
Oh, and New Ulm.
New Ulm.
New Ulm.
Welcomes cars, trucks, bikes, continues to grow each year. The gathering is scheduled from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Attendees can enjoy food trucks on site, and they're encouraged to bring a dish or donate to support the event, which is fun. It's a very cool event. You want to go out there, spend the time. We went out there; it was a little chilly but sunny. It's very good.
I got a question.
Yeah.
What kind of food trucks do they have in Cat
They
Spring,
had James
Texas?
Coney Island. They had James Coney Island food truck last year.
That's right. They did.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And I know that there are a lot of, especially Houston firefighters that are into car shows,
Mhm.
cruise-ins, that sort of thing. Everybody needs to go out there and support Fireman Jack.
You're driving in the middle of nowhere, and then you come upon this really nice neighborhood, and then
In the middle of
in
nowhere.
the middle of nowhere, and then you go to the end of the neighborhood, and he's got his property there, nice facility. Go sit down and eat. It's
Food
Very
trucks.
food truck, and you've got a lot of memorabilia, all Fireman Jack stuff that you want to indulge in. So
Yeah, and he's
you
been
wanna-
collecting junk for a long time.
We saw that. Was it a Oldsmobile we saw?
Yes.
There? It was like 42 feet long, and it was incredible.
Yeah.
It was a driver, but it was a nice car.
And the guy talked to Jeff here for quite some time
Yeah.
about it.
We were talking about the chrome and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Very
trying to
good.
find pieces that
Yep.
fallen off.
But anyways, go do that. You got holidays coming up, and take them out in the family. If you're not already out there doing something, you come across one, stop in and see them.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Ford Motor Company is drastically scaling back its electric vehicle plans and refocusing its U.S. manufacturing footprint on hybrid and gasoline vehicles to reduce losses from an EV market that never developed the way it envisioned. Ford on December 15th said the change in strategy will result in special charges totaling about $19.5 billion. A truck its top executive was likened to the Model T in significance. After less than 4 years of production, Ford already halted output in October after a fire at an aluminum plant supplier so it could divert resources to more profitable gasoline and hybrid versions of the F-150. Scout Motors, troublemakers,
Uh-oh.
has been granted a dealer license in Colorado. A notable victory for the Volkswagen Group-backed brand as it pursues direct-to-consumer sales in the U.S. despite intense pushback by dealers nationwide. Colorado's Motor Vehicle Dealer Board voted 6-2 on December 16th to approve Scout's application to become a dealer in the state. So they're going to sell directly to
Yeah.
you. So there's no middleman. All right.
Tesla.
Tesla.
Good luck on that. Yeah. You don't get any support from anybody else. You won't be invited to the car shows. Nothing. So good luck. Is it going to be that breathtaking? Because back in the day, the International Harvester Scout was not all that.
Well, we just saw that the ugly one on the name the car. Name the
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
And,
pretty much a box, kind of like the early Ford Broncos, just a square box.
Listen, if you remember correctly, International Harvester was a farm implement company
Yeah.
that made the Scout. And it was a square box that it was all stripped down. I actually rode in one. A friend of mine had an old wrecking one. It was just awful, but it ran, and we went to the beach in it. But it's
Yeah.
Those are the coolest ones. Yeah.
Yeah. And it just wasn't all that. It was a cheap way to get around. It's not something that any of us kids would go, oh, well, that's an off-road. I'm going to go that.
Yeah.
No.
I want one.
Yeah, no. But they're coming back, and apparently it's not going to be what it used to be. Big and
Never is.
Jeep is heading into the new year with a simplified lineup and focus on giving buyers more value with lower prices and extra content. The SUV brand has reduced the number of configurations on its 26 models to streamline the buying process and make it easier for consumers to find what they want, according to Jeep CEO Bob Broderdorf. That's a name.
Okay.
He says one of the things that sort of makes our dealers crazy and customers crazy is finding the right Jeep, he told Automotive News. One of the problems we had was there's overlap, there's complexity. Jeep emphasized repositioning its vehicles last year with price cuts across numerous models. Now it has a chance to snap a 6-year streak of U.S. sales declines and hopes to build on that progress with fresh products. And wishing the best of luck. Great people over there at Jeep. All right. Time now for a quick break. We're going to wrap up today's show right after this. Stay with us.
You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In Real Time Car Talk Show now reaches 5.3 million folks each year. Check us out on InRealTime.com, YouTube, Facebook, and podcasts available from your favorite go-to source, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In Real Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including driving destinations, Jeff's car culture, latest car news, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's all on InRealTime.com. Join us.
And we're back.
That's all for this week's In Real Time Car Talk Show. Be sure to check us out online at InRealTime.com. Hey, we're always looking for new, informative, and great automotive things to bring to our global audience. If you have an idea, event, road trip, or tell all,
Send a picture of your hot rod. We'll get it on the air.
Yeah.
Our email address is info@InRealTime.com. Yeah, we'd love to have your car, and we could feature it right back.
Okay. Yep.
Up and say that. Always looking for award-winning car talk. You can find the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show 24/7 on the In Wheel Time app and website. Grab a podcast from your favorite podcast store. We video stream our live show every Saturday, 10 to noon on Facebook, YouTube, and InRealTime.com. The In Wheel Time video coordinator is we need more Jeff Zekin for booking agent, video editor Michael Out of This World Mars, chief engineer David Ainsley. I'm Nod Nortzman. Thanks to our weekly show contributors George Skelton and Jeff Heitzman. Have a safe weekend. Merry Christmas.
Merry
Be
Christmas.
safe. So long for now.
See you next year.
See you next year.
Yeah.